Hi everybody, it's Dr. V. I'm back with your weekly reading for the Karmic Connection for the week of June 3rd through, 10th? So, I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to say thank you so much to all of my new likes, subscribers, watchers, for all your comments, etc. I really appreciate it. I also want to say thank you to those of you who have participated in an energy exchange. That really feels very good to know that people are finding value in what I'm putting out, and who are willing to invest in this channel and in the work that's being done, and investing in yourselves as well. So if you would like a private reading, I do have availability to do those readings. They're all in the description box, which will probably be updated this week. I'm going to add some more options and variety to my readings. If you need a quick question, please reach out to me on Instant Go. It's Ask Dr. V, all of that information as well. If you do want to make an energy exchange donation, the link to my PayPal is listed as well. And if you want to schedule a reading, please do so. I do have some availability and I'd love to be able to support you in your journey in that way. Okay, so moving into the reading for this Karmic Connection. So this is for those of you that are in divine love relationships and your counterpart is in a karmic situation with somebody else. Okay, so this is the current energy of the karmic situation. Memories of love, the universe, and victory and success. Okay, so what I'm getting from this off the top is that there's a lot of people looking back. This memories of love is the Six of Cups in the traditional tarot. It's the looking back fondly. It's nostalgia. It's feeling. It's basically, you know, reflecting on when things were good. It can be looking back as far as childhood and reflecting on memories of childhood. It could be looking back at, you know, the early stages of this connection when things seemed positive and when things seemed good. That's the energy that's currently at play in this karmic connection. And this universe card is the world in the traditional tarot. It is, you know, one interpretation that's coming through of this is basically somebody recognizing just how far they have progressed on this journey. Okay, so it could be like looking back at the beginning of this relationship and being like, man, you know, here's where I was at the beginning of this and here's where I am now, and kind of looking back, remembering and seeing how far they've come and how far they've grown. It's also feeling like connected to the universe. It's also feeling like, you know, gaining wisdom. It's definitely, yeah, that's the first energy that's coming through. And the second energy that's coming through is essentially like this energy of the world is the final card in the major arcana. It's an ending. It's the last. It's like the last card. If you go back to the beginning of or if you go back, you'd be back at 0. Okay, so this is the end of a cycle to me. It's so almost the energy that I'm getting is like, look at it, like I almost see a couple sitting and talking and being like, gosh, you know, when we met, we were so young and we were this, that, and the other, and look at how far we've come. Now we have a house, we've got kids, whatever. And it's been really great. We've learned a lot, we've changed a lot on the journey, and things need to shift. Like the energy has to shift. It's definitely the end of a cycle. It could be the karmic cycle is ending and they may move into a different kind of cycle. It could be that the relationship is coming to an end. But what I'm getting from this this next card, the Six of, this is basically like the wands in the traditional tarot, is that there have been some obstacles and challenges. The card right before this is the Five of Wands, which is obstacles, challenges, conflict. And this is victory and success. It's like there's good news that's on the way. It's like things have been really hard in this connection is what I'm getting. Things have been very challenging, not easy. but they've come through. So it could be that the relationship hit some roadblocks, hit some pitfalls, and they've come through, and their relationship is stronger for it. Or it could be that that one or both parties has come through a really difficult situation as a result of this relationship and is feeling very victorious and successful. This is also about recognizing that this is a reminder to stay grounded and to not go into ego and to not go into feeling overconfident, if that makes sense. So overall, it feels like this connection may be in sort of a peaceful time this week. It may be some nostalgia, just some peace and not a lot of tension. So where is the karmic person in this connection this week? The universe card, or I'm sorry, balance card. Fulfillment of wishes. And movement, choices, and decisions. So this karmic person in this situation is coming into a state of balance within. This card is the Justice card in the traditional tarot. This is definitely, to me, recognizing that they are recognizing that they need balance, they need harmony, they need there are some things that need to be adjusted. It could be the career, it could be relationship, but since this is a relationship reading, it's like they're really recognizing that there are some things that need to shift in this relationship to come into balance. So it's like there are definitely some things that they are realizing that have been unjust in this relationship. It feels like they have probably been the person who has been giving a lot, has sacrificed a lot, has invested a lot, has made a lot of changes. Maybe they gave up a career and moved to be closer to this person, and then once they got there, they were like, wow, this is not at all what I thought it would be. Or they've been in a relationship with somebody who's just been taking and taking and taking and hasn't been giving. And there could be a lot of that. This card also in the traditional tarot suggests legal proceedings where someone will be triumphant. So if this karmic situation has come to an end or is coming to an end, this is a person who is thinking about the legal aspects of that, whether that's a divorce or child custody or terminating business agreements, whatever that might be. That is something that energy is present. They are definitely in a space of wanting to not be out of balance anymore, where they're like, I don't want to be the only person giving in this relationship. They're stepping into a space of logic and rational thinking, as opposed to just being in the space of like following their emotions. And I think that came through in the overall reading as well, of them kind of taking a step back and looking at things a little more analytically. This card, Fulfillment of Wishes, it's like moving into a space of excuse me, emotional satisfaction, really healing the past. Any memories, any pain from the past is being healed. It's coming up to be healed at this point. It's definitely about forgiveness and allowing that old energy to move through so that they can create what they want. Now, this could be them wanting to have their fulfillment of wishes within this connection that they're currently in with this divine counterpart. It could be them recognizing as they come more into balance that this person is not the fit for them. I keep going back to this reminder of the that you can't force a karmic into a divine role, if that makes sense. And so I keep getting the sense where it's like the divine counterpart is maybe trying to make the karmic fit into the divine role in his or her life, and it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. It's just not going to ever be. That won't work. It's like square peg, round hole. It's just not going to happen. And so it may be that the karmic person is kind of coming to that understanding that this isn't what I want. I want something more balanced. I want something more equitable, and is moving in this space of there's some movement. There may be some choices that are being made, some decisions that are being made. again, I don't feel like the energy I feel from this is not that it's like a ton of conversations or anything. It really feels like the karmic person has just taken a step back and has kind of checked their emotions at the door and is looking at things more logically and is trying to make decisions and make choices from a logical perspective. So where the divine counterpart is in this situation is in spiritual strength. So they're rising up into their spiritual strength, which is great. They're looking at partnerships and alliances right now. And rejoice in celebration. What's very interesting to me is just that I don't always look at numbers on the cards, but these 2 3s right here, okay, and this 9, and so it's 9 is obviously 3 times 3 is 9. There's 3. What I'm getting from this very clearly is that there's still 3 parties in this situation. As much as if for those of you that are in separation or in no communication with your divine counterpart, you may feel like you've been kind of iced out of the situation, but you're very much present in this. There's 3 here, 3 here, and 3 times 3 here. So that is definitely, to me, what I'm seeing is that even though you're not physically or, you know, in communication or whatever, you're still very much energetically involved in that situation. And someone's feeling it, okay? I'm also noticing just the numbers here, 11, 11. What I'm getting, maybe perhaps from that, is that the karmic person may be stepping into their own divine and recognizing that that they deserve better and that they deserve this divine love as well, which is great. So anyway, so the divine counterpart in this situation is really stepping into spiritual strength. So they are rising up in a way that they haven't in the past spiritually, okay? They are seeming to become more grounded and more understanding that this is a journey of spirituality. This is about growing as a spiritual being. They're wanting to move into having more partnerships and alliances. They want to, like the AT&T commercial, reach out and touch somebody. They're recognizing, what I'm getting from this is that they're recognizing that they've been really, really trying to do this on their own for a long time, and they need some help. They need partners, they need alliances, they need to connect with people who understand the situation, who understand them, who understand love, who understand all of these things that they're really grappling with right now. And they want that partnership and alliance. They want, it's not that they want a genuine partner. That's what is coming through to me, is like they want a genuine partner. They want somebody who is on the same page as them. They want somebody who is genuinely a counterpart. This karmic situation is not, they understand that it's not fulfilling. It's not their, you know, their stopping point. It's not where they're meant to be forever. And they're recognizing that they really want that partnership and alliance. They've tasted it with their divine counterpart. If you have been in union with your counterpart, when you come together, that bubble love, you understand that, where it's like you get each other, things make sense, you share the similar passion, similar mission. It's like that passion, it fires up, that love and that passion fires up, and it, like, you know, sends your mission on like accelerated motion. And you understand, like, it's like this, suddenly you have this understanding that, like, you can have a partner that you share the same passions of purpose. It's like you see yourselves working together and living together and doing all these things, and you're like, this is amazing, this is exactly what I want. And now, and the divine counterpart has tasted that, and they recognize that that's what they want. They want to move in that direction. And this rejoicing and celebration, this could be that things have happened, that they have things to celebrate, good things are happening in their lives. If so, that's great, because we definitely want our divine counterparts to have success and have celebration. This is definitely excitement. There's possibly something very good that's happening in their lives. They may have gotten a promotion, or they may have, something is happening. That's also, again, shows to me, excuse me, third party. So they may be celebrating, they may be having really great things happening in their lives right now. Emotionally, they may be riding a high this week, but they're still very much considering and thinking about their divine counterpart. As much as they're trying to block you out, perhaps, as much as they're trying to imagine that the situation isn't what it is, you're still, like, I kind of get this, like, you're kind of haunting them, not in a bad way, not like in a weird, creepy way, but it's like your energy is just like around them, and then they can feel it very much. So, yeah, that's good there. It feels like the things are moving forward for sure. So I'm going to look at some other energies. What are the karmic lessons that they're moving through right now, Spirit? What are the karmic lessons that are being moved through? First, transformation. First karmic lesson. Honoring your energy. And abundance. Okay, this is great. So what I'm getting from this, the karmic lessons that they're moving through right now, and the first one is transformation. It's about allowing things to transform when it's time to transform. Too many of us hold on to things for too long. If you know what I'm talking about. It's like, we don't want things to change. We want things to stay the same, but like the only thing consistent in life is change. And so the karmic lessons that they're moving through right now is allowing things to transform, allowing things to take their new shape. It's like, you know, the butterfly has to, the caterpillar has to first go into the chrysalis and completely dissolve before it becomes a butterfly. And that there's some resistance to that. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice that that's actually a chrysalis on that card. Go figure. There's definitely that energy right now that there's some resistance around allowing the transformation to take place. But that's the karmic lesson that has to happen. It's like you have to let things happen the way that they're meant to happen. You can't hold on to shit forever. You know, kids grow up. That's just life. Parents get older. People die. Pets die. Friendships and relationships, and they transform into a new iteration. And as long as you're clinging to what was, you're going to have a hard time whenever something changes. That's what they're working through. And this is honoring your energy. This really feels like this sense of what's coming through from this, for this card, is literally this sense of recognizing that it's important to take care of your own energy. So someone has been out of, well, we talked about this earlier, this card came up, that there was a lack of balance, right? There was this, look, the lack of balance that's present in this situation, that somebody has been giving a lot, somebody's been taking a lot, and so there's a space of really honoring the energy and honoring the cycles. That's the karmic thing, that is the karmic lesson that's being moved through right now, is learning how to take care of yourself and not being in that space of literally like that codependent energy. Because codependence is not just about necessarily like enabling somebody who has an active addiction. It's also about thinking that you need to earn love, or that you have to prove yourself worthy of love. And so there's this space of moving, karmic cycle coming to an end this week, of learning to honor oneself and honor one's energy, and recognize that that setting boundaries and saying no, protecting yourself is totally in alignment with, there's nothing wrong with that. There's actually everything right with it. And so this final karmic lesson card is about abundance. It's about allowing oneself to receive abundance, and allowing oneself, honoring and recognizing that one is worthy of abundance. That's the other energy that's coming through. A lot of times people stay stuck in lack because they don't feel like they're worthy of abundance, and that is a block. That's a karmic lesson that needs to be learned and needs to be unpacked this week, and that's something that they are definitely working on. And again, so it comes back to this sense of, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, that there is this sense of people staying in these karmic situations because it's easy, it's comfortable, it's not challenging, it doesn't bring up all the shit that comes up with a twin flame connection or a divine counterpart connection. And so sometimes they're like, well, this is the most that I can get, this is the best that I deserve. And the lesson that they're learning right now, that Spirit is trying to teach them, is that they are worthy of abundance in finances, in health, in relationships, and in love. That they are worthy to have that kind of love that every day you wake up and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. How did I create such a wonderful experience? That's where they are, is like really learning that they are worthy of abundance and love, and that there's nothing wrong with desiring it. In fact, there's everything right with desiring it. So that's one of the lessons, or the lessons that they're working through. So let me move those cards aside. So what are their current blocks? This is the Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose Oracle cards by Sonia Choquette, or Choquet, I'm not sure how you say it. So what are the blocks that they're currently experiencing? Correcting your mistakes. Raise your vibration. And work with devotion. Okay, so what I get from this one, the first thing that came through with the correcting your mistakes, it's like that the energy of recognizing when you made a bad choice and taking the steps to fix it. That is really difficult, okay? It's difficult to be like, I am in a relationship with this person and it was a mistake, and in order to fix it, I'm gonna have to do X, Y, and Z, like end the relationship, do all of these things and deal with the consequences. But that's where they are. They're blocked because they're not correcting the mistakes. They're not, neither person, I get the energy I'm getting is neither one of them is really wanting to look at it right now and recognize like, this is not a good decision. Like, we're not compatible, we're not meant to be together or whatever. And so it's kind of blocking them from moving forward. And another block is being unable to raise their vibration. So it feels like they both kind of just are in this state of circling the same mountain, okay? Where it's like one might feel inspired to raise their vibration, the other one, and then the other one kind of pulls them back down. And so they're kind of in this cycle of staying lower vibrational energies, fear, doubt, negativity, dishonesty, lack of authenticity. And so that's kind of blocking this situation shifting, is that they're not in a space where they're able to raise their vibration. And then this is the working with devotion card, is that there's a lack of dedication to doing the work that needs to be done. It's a lack of being willing to do the hard stuff, right? Like correcting your mistakes. It's a lack of willingness to be able to have the hard conversations, to commit to doing the work that needs to be done. Because it's like, you know, you can... karmic situations don't necessarily have to come to an end. They can be transformed. They're never going to become like, you can't transform a karmic relationship into a divine connection, but it doesn't have to be like rife with conflict and negativity and dishonesty and things like that. It can actually be a functional relationship if people can work through the karma and do the things that need to get, and resolve the things and patterns that need to be resolved. It's just that a lot of people don't do that because it requires a lot of freaking work. And so one of the blocks right now is that they're not willing to work with the devotion that would be necessary to either transform this connection into something healthier and more prosperous, or to get out of the situation altogether. So let me move that aside. And I really felt led to pull some cards from the Language of Letting Go cards by Melody Beatty, or Beatty, whatever. As some final messages, and really for you as the watcher, you're probably not you're probably not in a karmic situation, or you're watching for your divine counterpart's karmic situation. So this is basically what I'm getting for this, is like how you can pray for them this week, okay? These are the things, the lessons and the things that they need to learn to be able to let go and move through this connection. So use this as prayer points for your divine counterpart. If you're not praying for your divine counterpart every day, please start. They really need that. We need it. They need it. It helps us to stay in those higher vibrational energies. it's hard to be, you know, critical and judgmental about someone, or to feel negative emotions or lower level emotions when you're praying for them. So definitely use these cards as prayer points for your divine counterpart. Trust me, if they're in a karmic situation that's rife with conflict and they're feeling unfulfilled, it's not a good situation, and they need support to be able to get out. Practice gratitude. So today I will practice gratitude. I will get in the habit of saying thank you even for the problems in my life, because these challenges are valuable lessons I can learn from. Gratitude is the key that turns problems into blessings and the unexpected into gifts. Being direct. Today I will own my power and be direct. I will be clear and honest in my dealings with other people. If I'm comfortable with my own truth, then those around me will be comfortable with me too. One final message, Spirit. Learning lessons at work. I will accept my present circumstances on the job. I will reflect on the fact that what I'm learning in my life applies to what I'm learning at work. I believe that I'm right where I need to be, both at home and in my job. Okay, so what I'm getting is, for this week, definitely practice gratitude for your divine connection, for your divine counterpart. Really stay in a space of gratitude for them coming into your life and opening up your heart, and really, you know, what they revealed to you about yourself. You know, it's like, I definitely, as a point of reflection, I was like, you know, I am a very solid, grounded person. Like I said, I'm a Virgo. I'm pretty, you know, organized and all of those things. But what I discovered in this connection is that I'm also very, very passionate, and I am a woman that can get swept away with love, and that I want this love. It was like before I was kind of like, if I get, you know, if I partner, great. If I don't, great. You know, I was kind of really because my life is good, and so I wasn't feeling like I was really lacking a whole lot. And so then I met my twin, and I was like, holy shit, like, this is amazing. This is what I want for my life. I want to feel this alive. I want to feel this electric in my body, and this powerful passion. So even though things are, you know, we're currently in separation, and it wasn't a great ending, how things separated, I'm just in this space of like such gratitude for having experienced that, and understanding that, tapping into that visceral, passionate, powerful energy, and knowing what it feels like now, and wanting to continue to create that in my life. So that, practice gratitude. Find the seeds that you can be really grateful for in this connection. And then pray for your counterpart. And this is also because, again, we're mirrors, so definitely this is something for you to take into. But pray for them to be direct. Pray for them, for yourselves, to be direct, to speak your truth, to stand in your integrity and your honor, and feeling very capable in that sense. I feel like a lot of people are not being direct right now. They're not being honest and authentic with their feelings, and that is part of the blockage. And this one is learning lessons at work. So what I'm getting from this is really the energy of your divine counterpart really being in this space of being like recognizing patterns, recognizing any kind of behaviors that they may engage in that hasn't served them well, and recognizing how that may reflect in their relationships with you, with others, and really praying for them to be direct and to learn the lessons that they need to learn, and stay in the space of gratitude for them. That will definitely help the connection move forward. So I hope that this reading was useful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and reach out to me if you'd like a private reading. I'll talk with you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.